Hey there, travelers. Welcome back to Laura's Travel Talk. Today, we're looking at unique and fun places to see in the U.S. Part 1, because there's quite a few of them, and I wanted to do a little piece of it for now. So let's dive right in. First up on our list, we're going to look at Casey, Illinois. Casey, Illinois is known for Big Things in a Small Town by Jim Bolin. So they're no stranger to breaking world records. They are home to the largest mailbox, which was created and measures a 5,743.41 cubic feet. And the mailbox is fully functional and features a built-in stairway where visitors can go up and mail their own letters. There's also a giant wind chime, a giant car key, a rocking chair, knitting needles. You'll see them all when you take a look. Interesting. Next on our list is Salang, California. This is just 2 hours from Los Angeles, and it's a quaint little town that's modeled after Denmark. It looks like Copenhagen with its mermaid statues and its Hans Christian Andersen bookstore, which, by the way, I love because it's got a lot of old antique books. And you'll be surprised that you're not even in Europe. Solvang is conveniently close also to Santa Barbara, which is the wine country, so you can top off your trip with a little bit of wine tasting. But make sure to try some Abelskivers while you're in Solvang. Those are Danish pancakes that are more like a little pocket, and they serve them with a little jelly and powdered sugar. Oh, man. The next spot that we're going to look at is the White Sands National Park in Tularosa Basin, New Mexico. It's home to one of the most underrated national parks in the country. I mean, look at those white sands in the picture. They're giant wave-like dunes of white gypsum salt. They cover 275 miles of desert, making it the largest gypsum dune field in the world. And you see how those ripples are across the sand. That's normally how they look. And then there's a sign there that shows you how to get out, because you can become so disoriented, you don't even know which way you're looking. Very cool. So this next one is kind of different. It's the Corn Palace. And it's a concert hall and a sports center, and it's in Mitchell, South Dakota. It's decorated with elaborate murals constructed from different colors of dried corn. Each year, a new theme is chosen, and the murals are designed to match the theme. In 2024, this year's theme was homegrown, with murals featuring people and events that originated in South Dakota. But I could put a couple on there that I found kind of interesting. There's something there with a rodeo. There's one for McGovern running for office, which is way back. And then there's one with Elvis Presley, and the one that's near and dear to my heart is Bob Barker with the wheel from The Price is Right, and that was his last year as the host, and I was actually on the show that year. So there you go. Our next unique fun fact is Bonnie and Clyde Ford V8 Death Car, which is in Primm, Nevada at Whiskey Pete's Casino, and that's on the state line of California and Nevada. There is also an ambush museum in Gibbsland, Louisiana, which is where they were caught. That car at the Whiskey Pete's Casino is pretty cool to look at up close and personal, because all those gunshots are a little bit frightening. On May 23rd, 1934, at about 9:15 a.m., the cops ambushed the pair in a hail of gunfire, and it was estimated that 16 seconds, 6 lawmen fired 150 shots into the vehicle. So after the gunfire stopped, Bonnie and Clyde were said to have just looked like rag dolls. Their 21-month crime spree is legendary. Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow and their gang in the early 1930s is the stuff of legends and has inspired 2 major movies. And a little tidbit that I found was that Clyde Barrow wrote a letter to Henry Ford and told him how his preferred getaway car was their new V8. So I thought that was interesting. So our next place that we're going to look at is Assateague Island Seashore. I love looking at these things. The Assateague Seashore is located on the eastern coast of the Delmarva Peninsula, Delmarva standing for Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. And it's a 37-mile long barrier island. It straddles both Maryland and Virginia, although it's arguably best known for its wild horse population. The spot is a nature lover's oasis, and visitors can often spot bottlenose dolphins, endangered peregrine falcons, and over 200 additional species of birds. But I like the picture of those horses there just laying on the beach. People are walking by like nothing's matter. I dig it. Our next spot is Bioto in Temple and the Japanese American Experience. This is a replica of a Japanese World Heritage Site from Japan that's in Hawaii. Bioto in Temple is located within the valley of the Temple's Memorial Park. The replica of the Uji, Japan temple of the same name was opened in 1968 to commemorate the 100-year anniversary of the first Japanese immigrants coming to Hawaii. And you can see I put a map on there. It's on Oahu, but it's not on the Honolulu side. It's on the eastern side of the island. So it's a little bit of a travel, but that temple looks really cool. Okay, fun fact. A strange geological monolith in Wyoming known as Devil's Tower is based on the Wyoming side of the Black Hills, and the rock structure is considered sacred by Northern Plains indigenous groups and is quite a sight to behold. Devil's Tower was proclaimed the first national monument in 1906 by President Teddy Roosevelt. The formation escalates to 1,267 feet above the Belfourche River, just across the South Dakota border in Wyoming. Native American Indian legend holds that the rock sprang up just in time to save 2 girls from a bear, and the fluted nature of the rocks was formed from the bear pawing at the rock. Devil's Tower is a sacred site for many Native Americans and is also enjoyed by hikers and climbers for the activities offered at the monument. And of course, many of us know the tower as it heavily shows up in Steven Spielberg's 1977 Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Do, 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 do. You know the one. Next up, we're going to follow the Yellow Brick Road right into Wamego, Kansas, which is where the Oz Museum is. Most people think of the Wizard of Oz when they think of Kansas, so it's only fitting that Kansas should have their impressive museum dedicated to the fantastical world that author L. Frank Baum created. It has over 2,500 pieces of Oz memorabilia relating to both the film adaptation and Baum's book series. I've been there to that little town, and it's pretty cool because everything is all about the Wizard of Oz. And I especially like that black and white version of the house, and then if you look inside the doorway, it's all in color, just like in the movie. So I hope you get a chance to stop by that one. That movie is near and dear to my family's heart. So this next one's kind of gross, but it's Bubblegum Alley in San Luis Obispo, California. San Luis Obispo is a big college town, and it has an alley that is dedicated just to gums. There's even several gumball machines right outside of the alley's entrance to gather up a plethora of gumballs before entering. Bubblegum Alley, thought by the city's historical society to have been created by high school students in the 50s, is a chewy, multicolored mess of thousands upon thousands of pieces of gum measuring 70 feet long and 15 feet high. The alley from the inside looks like a amorphous blob, and it's located right off the city's main street and situated in the middle of downtown. I've been there. It's kind of gross when you think about it, but it is a tourist site. So I'm going to end here on our unique and fun spots to see part 1, and there will be a part 2, possibly part 3, because I have a whole lot of odd places to visit. But I thank you for coming to join us on Laura's Travel Talk, and I hope that you're able to subscribe, give this a thumbs up, and leave your comments if you have a spot that you think I should include in the unique and fun spots to see series. Until then, keep your gum in your mouth.